have a crappy old gaming chair and need an upgrade? Well, I have a product for you.
Hello everybody, my name is Athros and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Razer Iskur XL Fabric version. When I bought this chair, I was upgrading, probably said switching over from the Autonomous Ergochair Pro, which is another chair around that like $500, $600 price point. I don't necessarily know how the synthetic leather is for the Iskur, but I really wanted to go with the fabric because I used to own an old black and green DX Razer, and it used like a similar fake black leather stuff. After a while, it had started to peel, and in general, it just was not comfortable at all. The little black flakes would get everywhere, and it was just really annoying. The fabric also, I can feel like it acts as an extra layer of comfort. It definitely will be like less sticky if you're sweaty. Along with that, it might also be harder to clean. I haven't like spilled anything on it or gotten anything on it, so I don't necessarily know. Overall, I just feel like the fabric will hold up better. Also against my cats. Hair can stick. If the cats scratch it, it won't like destroy the chair right away. For the chair size, I didn't know if I wanted to go with a normal or an XL. I mainly thought of the XL, but it's like an extra $100. So the normal is like $500, XL is $600. I just really like to like cross my legs. I sit in really weird positions, and I feel like I really needed the extra room for it. The dimensions aren't like crazy different from each other, but the two sides of the chair act similar to like a bucket seat, and that's a really big problem for me. With my legs up on my chair and crossed and stuff, my foot just has too much pressure on the sides, and I always find myself getting like more uncomfortable, or just there's just way too much pressure going into my leg or into my foot, although the length is where it makes up for that. I'm not sliding across concrete at 50 miles per hour, so I don't need to be held into my seat, you know. The seat for the normal Iskur is like 395 millimeters, about 15.5 inches, versus the XL being 17.5 inches or 450 millimeters. The 2-inch difference is pretty big, especially because the tiny amount that I'm struggling with my feet being up and it just already being too tight with the XL version. This is in comparison also to the Ergo chair having 20 inches. You can see there, I had no problems with the Ergo chair, and I guarantee you if they got rid of these little side things and made it into a normal just flat surface like the Ergo chair has, it would be perfect. Also, one more thing about the size, it does naturally sit higher than the Ergo chair, and it was something I had to get used to from my desk. Talking about the armrests, they're pretty decent. I mean, there's not much to them, you know. I think they are better than the Ergo chair. They have like a little button on them that makes them do that 4D thing, like making them go in and away and stuff like that. I do feel like the armrests on this chair are better, because whenever I was on the Ergo chair, I always felt like I was going to break them or snap them in half or whatever whenever I was repositioning myself. I mean, it's probably not the best way to do that. If you want to reposition yourself, don't put all your weight on them. The lumbar support, I mean, it's not the craziest thing in the world, but it is better. It's a little difficult to adjust this thing because the lever is towards the front of the chair, and it's kind of a reach, and it's not a comfortable reach, and you have to reposition your entire body to get it anyways. So you're not actually sitting there in the position that you're going to be sitting in to readjust this thing. With the Ergo chair, you can just lift and lower the pillow and stuff, and it's a lot easier. I do have to say though that the lumbar support is more comfortable on the Razer chair. It just takes a little bit of messing around with. You just have to find that sweet spot and reposition it a few times until you get that spot that works for you. The pillow on the chair is, I mean, it's really nice, but it's just way too high on the chair. When I lay back, it doesn't like reach my head exactly. It was just a little too high. I guess you can like mess with the straps or whatever and get that to fit properly, but it just wasn't the best. The pillow that it comes with, that is nicer than the Ergo chairs, but it's just not low enough. To fix that issue, Razer has this extra pillow that you can buy. It is a terrible pillow. It's as hard as a rock, and it does not come in the fabric version to match the chair. It fits perfectly where you like are just laying back, and it kind of fits where you can just have your head into it and your shoulders underneath it. It's nice, but it is just, man, like it's the most uncomfortable thing I've ever laid my head on. I'd rather lay on concrete than this thing, just because of the fact it was $40 versus the pavement outside being free, you know, like it's crazy. The overall comfortability and stuff of the chair, it's okay. It's not the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in, obviously, but it just feels kind of hard compared to the ergo chair. I would say that the sturdiness is just in the build quality itself. It's just nicer, but it is just not as soft. Also, the thing with my legs, my feet, having them up and stuff, like that is mainly how I sit. So I mean, that's how I'm sitting right now. If they had just made the padding on the seat a little softer and gotten rid of the side bucket things, it'd be 100 times better. And then at that point, I would say it would be worth it over the ergo chair. But the comfort, it's in different places for both the chairs. I do have to admit the back and the armrests are way better. The seat itself is the most important part, and it just needs to be a little softer and a little wider. So the overall build quality is very sturdy. It looks fantastic, especially in this fabric version, and the arms, the legs, the overall build is fantastic feeling. Now, I don't know if this is a big deal to anybody, but I had seen some stuff on Reddit, a few posts sharing the welding quality, or at least one post, and how it was just really bad for it being a $500-$600 chair. It seems like the welding is still good, but it can be cleaned up. I'm not like a welder, and when I was looking at the pictures, it just looked sloppy, but somebody in the comments had said it works. It's just a very shitty job that they did on the weld, and that it could be a lot better, especially for the price point. As well as that, the chair actually squeaks a little bit, so keep that in mind. It isn't as bad as other chairs like my DX Racer was, but it's still something not very pleasant about a product you're going to be sitting in a lot, you know? Is it worth $600? I don't think so. I'm not the best judge of what things should be worth. I'm just going off of my pay rate and what I want to be spending money on and how much I want to be putting into certain things. A chair, I feel like, is one of the most important things to purchase as a gamer or somebody that's going to be spending a lot of time in a chair. Your health is one of the things you should always prioritize, and $600 something for something that isn't as soft as other products, it might not be the best investment. I mean, sure, the lumbar support is really nice and it can help your back if you're cautious of using it. Overall, a few of the fixes I mentioned before: softer seat, wider seat, get rid of the terrible welding job, make a pillow that can be adjusted better, or just make it for all different sizes. All these things being fixed would make this chair very good. It's a good chair. It's just not worth the $600. If you can get it on sale for, like, let's say $400 or something, I'd say it'd be worth it. It's very hard to make a perfect chair, and I feel like Razer is on the right track with this. They definitely made a good chair, but it just needs to do a few different things and it'll be way better. So if you guys have any other questions about the chair that I didn't answer in this video, please make sure to leave a comment below and I will be sure to answer those as fast as possible. Other than that, that will be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.